Hello everyone, my name is Dana and I am an associate at CAM Investor Solutions. Today I'm going to go over with you the planning portal we use here, which is called Right Capital. So what you see on my screen is two mock clients, John and Jane Test. John and Jane are mock clients of CAM Investor Solutions, and we created this profile for them where they would be able to log in and see everything that we see. Right Capital is a collaboration tool between the client and the advisor. It allows us to get an overall snapshot of your financial picture, and it allows us to see how things ebb and flow and change as we change assumptions, inputs, data, as we link accounts, as we manually enter information, and as we really get to know the client and their overall financial picture. So we really encourage clients to use Right Capital as it is a good communication tool, and it allows them to log in and in one spot see their entire financial picture without having to go to a bunch of different websites and without having to really compile all this different paperwork from their advisor, etc. When you log into Right Capital, this is what you see. It's the dashboard, and what you see here is the balance sheet. This gives you your assets, liabilities, and overall net worth. All the data that these visuals I'll show you draw from comes from this profile tab up in the top right. Here's where we enter your input information, link any outside accounts that you'd like to link, enter in information manually. Here's where we put in anything from your goals to your expenses, your liabilities, your property you own, your family members, etc. Some areas that we really spend a lot of time on in Right Capital is this investments tab. Underneath the investments tab, we can really dive deep into what your asset allocation is and what your overall investment concentration is. So right here, you can see we have a target allocation of 70-30 for John and Jane, and we can see what their actual allocation is. How we get this information is by linking your investment accounts and entering in your holdings. We can also see all your specific holdings. We can look at the tax allocation, the concentration. We can see how diversified you are and really dive deep into your investments with this. Another area that we usually spend a lot of time in is this retirement tab. The retirement tab can be a quick look to see how changing different assumptions, inputs, information can change your likelihood of success for your retirement. So here we have a plan we worked on with their advisor to create, and we have the 80% probability of success. You as the client can go in and adjust numbers and say, well, what if I save an extra, instead of 10% into my 401k, I'm going to save 15% in my 401k. How would that change the probability of success? Or let's say, hey, like what if I sell my car or we downsize our home? How would that change? You can go in here and really play around with the numbers and see how that affects your retirement plan. We can look at different stress tests, social security assumptions, and then what your cash flows may look like before and after retirement. Another area that I like to point out is this estate tab on the right. So here we can check to see what areas of your estate are updated and what areas may we need to work on together to make sure that everything is in place how it should be and everything is updated so that if something horrible happened, you would have everything in place to take care of your loved ones. Other areas that I'm going to slide on over is this insurance tab. So that will give us a look at, are you covered? Do you have enough insurance? Where are we lacking? What do we need? The education tab will show you what goals you may have for saving for yourself or your child's college education or primary education, private school, whatever that may be. And then we have the tax, and that looks at different tax rates from future years to past years. I want to point out the profile tab. When you use Right Capital as a client, you'll have access to be able to play around with information in this profile. This is where all the information throughout Right Capital is drawn from. We have data on your bank accounts, your credit cards, investments, your loans, any property you have. And all of this is simple information such as your checking account and the balance. We look at who it's owned by, whether that be you or your spouse, and we include all this information in your financial plan so that when you're having a conversation with the advisor, you're not just focused in on one area, you're really looking at the overall financial picture. Some other areas, like I mentioned, are goals. So here you can put in, when do you want to retire? How much do you want to spend during retirement? Do you want to save for a home? You have the ability with all of these green buttons to come in here and add different information. Let's say you want to add a vacation goal. How's that going to affect your financial plan? It's important for not only you to be able to see that here, but for your advisor to also know what that looks like. We look at your different income streams, which retirement accounts you may be saving into, what your expenses look like on a broad level as well as a more detailed level. And finally, we look at the overall family. It may just be you and your spouse, but maybe we want to look at any children or however big your family is to be able to see your financial picture, not just at an individual level, but at a holistic level. So Right Capital really is a holistic tool that we like to use with our clients, and we find that our clients really benefit a lot out of using the tool by having a demo with us, by learning the tool properly, and linking outside accounts, entering information in, and putting as much of that holistic financial picture in as possible. If you have any questions about Right Capital at any point, please feel free to send me an email at dana@caminvestor.com. Thank you and have a great day.